What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Couch Chronicles. As you see, I'm finally getting everything in bit by piece. I'm starting to get the couch. I'm gonna get a little setup behind me, so everybody bear with me on that. But on this episode, it's kind of more of an informative episode, something that I want to share, something I've been doing since the beginning of quarantine, kind of in a way, since we're all stuck in the house, not really much to do, but just kind of want to share some books, something that's really changed my mindset along with other outside forces, but some books that maybe some of y'all have read, some of y'all have heard about, but these are really good books and I want to share with y'all. Just gives you more of a mindset of what school teaches you and what school doesn't teach you and stuff about money and just kind of changing your mind, liability, assets. It's a bunch of different terms in these books and something that's really informative, like I said, that should be taught in school. We don't really learn a lot about, so I'm not gonna dive all the way into all the books, that could take hours, but just kind of want to share, just kind of just braise and, grace across some of the topics of the books. And I hope y'all enjoy this one because I do really enjoy sharing this information. So let's get started. I know what y'all are thinking. You're probably like, Cliff out here reading and stuff. But yes, this is what I do in my spare time now. I really don't do too much of anything. I know everybody loves money, everybody loves to have it, but nobody really wants to learn about it. Nobody really taught about it in school. So this is something that I've done. I know this is a really good time for me to kind of feed my mind. It's the first step to financial literacy, really, is to feed your mind and educate your mind. So it's something that I've really been on, something I'm just trying to get smarter in different aspects of life. And a lot of people recommend this book. This is really a book favorite for a lot of influencers that I've looked up. But the first one is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He's also on YouTube himself. He teaches you really how to manage your money and about liabilities, assets, different mindsets, like I keep saying. And really, this book compares, compares the perspective of two dads. It's one, his own dad, which is a highly educated man, but never really got ahead. He believes in the school system. He believes in 4-year college after high school. He wants to do the traditional way. And he compares that to his friend Mike's dad, who is not really highly educated, but has a big business, is a millionaire, and kind of does all the things right. And he has a big recipe for kind of to have good success out here. And he teaches Robert as he's a young boy. So Robert compares the two perspectives. And this book teaches you that the school system really designs you to be an employee and to get a job, which is just over broke. You're surviving maybe a paycheck to paycheck. You may save up a little bit of money, but you never really get ahead. And this is kind of this generation is kind of in the middle of breaking that cycle. Some people still go to college 4 years, find degrees, but it's really hard sometimes to go to college 4 years and find a job in the field that you're looking for. So like I said, college isn't outdated entirely, but definitely it's coming to the point where people can be successful doing other things. So this book also teaches you to not rely on a paycheck. The second that you're relying on money, you're looking forward to money hitting your account, you just become a slave, and that slave mentality keeps you kind of far back and stuck in that rat race. So it's really good information, and he preaches a lot about wealth is information. This is something that I believe in myself. Again, this is why I've started doing this. Reading and educating is really good. We've all done it in school, but now that we've all got our free time, I really do recommend this book. It opens your eyes to a lot of different perspectives you probably haven't thought about, or probably have thought about and just haven't done it, and just kind of just puts the foot forward for you. And I do truly recommend this one. It's the first book I've read while I was in quarantine, so yeah, check this one out. The second book I read is kind of next in the series. This one is also by Robert Kiyosaki. This is the continuation of the first one, but this one is the Rich Dad's Cash Flow Quadrant. And it separates the working class into 4 different categories. It does the employees, which is most of us, is me right now. You got the self-employed, small business owners, big business owners, and then you have investors. So it teaches you the tax breaks and the different advantages and the mindsets that people have to be really financially free. And just it teaches you how to take risks with smart risks. You don't want to go out there just crazy blind, just throwing your money everywhere and just listening to anybody. It also warns you to be careful of who you take your advice from. And it teaches you how people work less, they earn more, pay less in taxes, and again, how to become truly financially free. And you can't really be financially free if you're owing taxes to a million different places, you're in debt here and there, and you don't really know how money works, and you can't really have money work for you. So It also teaches you the importance of thinking logical, and it says that it's a really cool fact, but your logical brain loses to your emotional brain 24 to 1. So 24 times to 1 time you're thinking emotionally over logical. So it teaches you kind of how to step back and be able to make quick decisions, but decisions made with actual smart. So you're not just again going out there blindly. So this is more, it goes more into depth of off of this book. So this one just goes into more detail, gives you way more of a clearer mindset, and again opens your eyes to maybe some things you might have thought about before. But and this is somebody you can really listen to. You can research him out. I'm reading the next book right now. I haven't got into it yet, but I'll talk about that probably in a future episode. But this is somebody you can really probably mentor yourself after. And if anybody's actually read some of these books, reach out to me, because I've wanted to talk to somebody about these. But yeah, these are really cool books and something that I really recommend. This is the third and final book. Since we already covered kind of books starting with money and that subject, I kind of wanted to switch over to people and just the idea and mindsets of different people of different walks of life. So this last book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And this is a really good book, probably my favorite one I've read so far. It just gives a really good insight on how to, like I said, deal with people and kind of think from their point of view. Kind of gives you an insight on why they might think a certain way, or be more sympathetic, more empathetic for more people. Kind of just frees your mind and helps you really, really think clearer on just everyday situations. Maybe you got a family member, friendship you're trying to repair, and you just don't know. You probably run into a million brick walls, and this kind of gives you some more clarity and some more insight, like I said, on just people's mindset and why they think the way they do. And it offers some really, really good advice. I think this would change probably a lot of just people's mindset on just everyday occasions, no matter if you're a server, salesman, working in retail, running for Congress. You can use this in really many different aspects. So this is another book I really recommend. And it's an easy read. It's not super long book. You can get through it probably in a couple of days if you're really committed. So those are my top 3 books. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode, like I said again, because this is information I do love sharing. So really hope you guys retain this. I know somebody out there is going to reach out and probably try to read this book, so I hope I did touch somebody kind of putting you on these books.